The new 2026 narcissist, dangerous, destructive, and deadly as ever. Think about that for a minute. So, the narcissist is changing as you are changing. The narcissist has had free run on this planet for years, for centuries, for eons. That power, that control, it's about to go away, and it will go away forever. You see, the control is slipping through the fingers of the narcissist. The grip the narcissist had on the planet, it is fading away. More and more people are becoming awakened and aware, educated and empowered. And in 2026, more people are now beginning to understand the power that is within them. You see, the narcissist had the loudest voice in your mind. They had the loudest voice in that relationship you were a part of. They were drawing you in and steering you and manipulating you and tricking you, trapping you, and doing anything they could to extinguish anything that you had, anything you possessed, which includes your empathy, your love, your time, your energy, your money. Everything that made you you, the narcissist wanted to burn right through it. And once they took whatever they wanted, and this probably took them quite a long period of time, then they would discard the person and wash, rinse, repeat so effortlessly. That's why when you entered the relationship with this person, and probably it was years ago, they most likely told you that all their exes didn't love them or didn't care about them, or they couldn't maintain a relationship, or they were playing the victim card. Whatever they did, they came at you from a place of knowing who you were. And you need to know that the narcissist knew who you were before you knew who they were. But when they were in the beginning, when they were learning who you were and trying to figure out all your hopes and dreams and everything about you, they were essentially wearing that mask, and they were trying to lead you into a relationship that would end up in Destructionsville. Each and every narcissistic relationship has an expiration date. You're learning that now. Each and every narcissistic relationship ends with one person destroying or trying to take everything they possibly can from the other person, and the other person not even knowing what narcissism was. Once you figure it out, you need to go no contact. You need to block that person, delete them, remove them and all flying monkeys and people associated with them. I understand it's not as easy as that, but over time, as you're healing and you're elevating and ascending and growing, you will understand that the energy and everything you've possessed, it was within you and it still is within you. It's not within the narcissist. The narcissist simply plugged you in like a toaster or an appliance, and they wanted to burn you out. And what did they want to do once they burned you out? They said, hey, I need to get a new toaster. I need to get a new microwave oven or whatever it is and plug that thing in. And that's a very crude, basic, boring analogy of what the narcissist does with people, but that is what they do. And that's why you need to understand that to the narcissist, you weren't a beautiful, bright, shining light like I see you. You were supply. And what is supply? Supply can be a pet, it can be a trip, it can be a plane, it can be an Amazon package, it can be a phone call. It can be a dish, it can be food, it can be music, it can be being in a car with somebody you don't want to be in a car ride with for an hour or two, 15 hours, getting the silent treatment. The narcissist feeds off of supply. They feed off of people's energy. And the narcissist knows what they're doing. If you think for a moment they don't, you need to think again. And so in 2026, what is the narcissist doing? Well, they're changing the direction. They're changing the narrative. They're trying to lure people into different webs of manipulation, because now the narcissist has to work a hell, yes, I said the word, a hell of a lot harder to get what they took for granted so many years ago. Again, let's go back in time to when the smartphone came out and the internet and these things. Well, the narcissist, before those things came out, the narcissist had free run. All they'd do is look up in the old phone book, the old yellow pages or white pages, people's names or phone numbers, and try to lure them into some kind of relationship or business relationship or whatever it was. Well, that is when they were stuck in their jurisdiction, their town, their city, their environment. Well, now, or once the smartphone, I should say, was created and the internet, now the narcissist could get supply 24/7 at the click of a button. They could get supply when you were in the relationship, when you weren't even with them, and they were allegedly on a business trip, wink, wink, or a seminar for a couple days, and that turned into double the amount of time because the narcissist was love bombing a new source of supply, unbeknownst to you. This is why they could do everything so effortlessly when the internet and the smartphone came out. Okay, fast forward to today. Today is April 26, 2026, I believe is the date. A lot of 2s and 6s there, right? Yeah, that means something to someone. But having said that, now the narcissist has to change the way they are approaching or engaging with people, because we, the collective, now understand what we didn't so many years ago, that narcissism is prevalent on the planet, and that the narcissist feasts like Thanksgiving Day dinner when they find a true empath, or when they find someone who's vulnerable, naive, and uneducated on narcissism. Now, that was you in the past. That is not you any longer, because you are no longer naive. You are not uneducated. You have been in the cycle. You're now out, and you've healed, or you're healing, and you now understand that you are the priority. You come first, second, and third, and there's no room in your life for toxicity now or in the future. And as you are going through life, as you're healing or you've healed, you will see narcissism littered throughout this planet. You will see it in movies, you'll see it in TV shows, you'll see it on airplanes, you'll see it at coffee shops, in traffic, at work, when you're returning a package, when you're buying a package. You will see it everywhere. Now, that is not meant to trigger you or upset you. You live on the same planet I live on. You need to understand the boundaries in 2026 and going forward are imperative. Also, that you've been to a place, the narcissistic fog, the trauma bond, etc., that very few people ever will understand, yet a lot of those people will also be trapped in engagements or encounters with the narcissist. Each and every one of us are affected by narcissism directly and indirectly. Once you get the wisdom, you have to close the chapter of the book on the narcissist, which is what I've shared for years. As you do that, you get stronger. As you get stronger, the narcissists, plural, get weaker. Not just the one you are considering. All of the beehive mentality. Remember, the narcissists are all connected by the underworld, by the pitch blackness. And you may be laughing, chuckling, saying, well, that's a little much. No, it's not. If you were trapped in a narcissistic relationship like I was, you know exactly that what I speak of is not only the truth, but it is the key to your independence. It is the key to your liberation. It is the key to your freedom. It is the key to your purpose, your path, your direction, and the fulfillment of your destiny. And what is that key? It's to go no contact and block that parasite. Get them out of your life, if not now, when? So going back in time to today's date, I mentioned that for a reason, because now the narcissist has to pivot. They have to figure out different methods and angles and techniques and tactics, of which we know most of these, on how to lure other people or capture or trap other people into engaging interactions with them. This is what they've been doing for years. The thing is, the narcissist actually now has to put effort in. Years ago, the narcissist could do things like that very easily, very effortlessly, because we, the collective consciousness, didn't know what they were doing. We now do. We now know what the workplace bully is. We now know what the narcissistic boss is. We now know what the narcissistic parent is. We now know what the narcissistic spouse is, the somatic narcissist, the cerebral narcissist, the communal narcissist, the overt, the covert. There are so many different types of narcissists, and each and every day more and more people are coining terms to come up with different ideas of all these different variables to narcissism, and that's what we should be doing. This is uncharted territory, people. We are forging new ground. We are breaking new ground. We are discovering and recognizing and figuring out new behaviors and new mindsets, not only about narcissism and empathy, but about energy. Energy is everything. It's what this planet is built upon. See the beautiful trees behind me here in the Carolina woods? And I'm up at the rancho right now. I'm up at the cabin. And no, this isn't a green screen. For any of you people think that I use green screens, you really need to check yourself, because I create my videos live in real time, outdoors, 99.9% of them. Every once in a while, they will be indoors for different reasons. But see that green? That's abundance. That's Mother Nature. That's energy. And you can see the wind moving the leaves on the trees, and you can see my hair moving and the way I'm talking and how I'm dressed. This is what the narcissist didn't want you to experience. The narcissist wanted you frozen. The narcissist wanted you stuck. The narcissist wanted you immobile. The narcissist wanted the smear campaign to do everything for them and to continue to punish you so you wouldn't advance in life, so they would advance and use your energy as a springboard to catapult them from one leg to the next leg of their life. Well, that all fell apart by the wayside once you cracked the code, once you figured it out. And when you did, I can assure you, it stunned you, it shocked you, you were in disbelief. Your jaw probably dropped to the floor and you couldn't wrap your head around, A, how you weren't taught this, but B, how it affected you, and C, how you kept giving to a fault and turning a blind eye. Well, I did the same thing. Once you figure it out, you need to realize that, yeah, you were targeted. And the narcissist does know what they're doing, and now they're pivoting. Just like you put up boundaries and you've insulated and protected yourself, the narcissist is pivoting also. They are having to adjust their tactics and their techniques on how to trap other people. And this is what they will be doing. I will give you a very simple layman-esque expression or example, and let's just picture this. Picture you are a farmer and you have crops. And this is way back when, maybe it's today, I hope it isn't, but let's go way back when, and you have crops and you're feeding the crops. Well, there would be different kinds of pests that would try to attack your crops. Maybe there were locusts, maybe there were some kind of larvae or a boll weevil, and I don't even know what a boll weevil is, but whatever, it was some kind of creatures attacking your crops. So what did you do? Or this is an example, and way back when. The farmer probably had to spray pesticides on the farm. Now, we shouldn't be using pesticides in this day and age, but that's unfortunately what people do. Or the farmer, I'm sorry, not the narcissist, had to put netting over or a fence or something so that the crops will be safe. The farmer had to continue to adjust to keep the creatures away from their harvest. You are the farmer. See what I'm saying? But the parasites or the locusts, wherever they were that were trying to eat your crops, that's the narcissist. The narcissist has to recounter or recalibrate themselves also, which is why now that's what they're doing. They're in a period of time of recalibration. This doesn't mean that the narcissist still isn't trying to get their grubby little paws or fangs sunken into people. It means they now have to adjust what they do. It means you, just like myself, will now see narcissism in different forms in 2026 and going forward. You will see them not behaving as much the way they used to behave. This is not with every narcissist. It is, if you really want the way I'm drilling this into you, it's with the younger generations of narcissists. Because the older generations are too lazy. They become the aging narcissist and they flat out don't care. I'm referring mainly to the younger generations of toxic people. People in their 20s, etc., 30s, 40s, maybe that kind of group. Maybe even a tiny bit younger, 18, 19-ish. Whatever these people are doing, they're learning at an advanced rate as you're learning. And they will approach other people in different techniques and tactics. So here's a prime example, and I'll close the video. What is gaslighting? Gaslighting is when a person, usually a toxic person, is having you try to doubt your sense of reality or of what happened or what didn't happen. Well, that's what the narcissist does. Are they ever going to throw gaslighting out of their arsenal of abuse? Absolutely not. But what they could do, and they probably are, and I'm not going to finish this thought thoroughly because the narcissist is watching my content, and shame on you narcissists, you boring, pathetic, anxiety-riddled creatures of unoriginality. You really need to go on some island and all abuse each other, although that won't happen anytime soon, but you get my point. But the narcissist may take a different angle on gaslighting. I will leave it there. This is why I can't share as much information and videos as I would like to, because once I share it, it's out in the world, and the narcissist can counter what I am paying forward to help you insulate yourself pretty much in real time. That's why I don't share as much. I share an awful lot in one-on-one sessions, and I share an awful lot I will share an awful lot when I speak publicly. But you need to understand something. 2026, the new narcissist. Think of the Terminator, that movie, The Terminator, or Alien, or Predator, whatever it was. These creatures or these entities, whatever they are, AI or outer space things, whatever these things are, they kept reinventing themselves. That is your narcissist. And with that, I'll close the video. So everyone, I hope you liked the video. I love doing it from the beautiful Carolinas. This is Andrew. Namaste. Have a great afternoon, evening, or morning, no matter where you are on the planet. You are not alone. I love you all, and I'll talk with you tomorrow. A few quick things. One, I just glossed over an awful lot of nuggets of wisdom here for you. You should play this video and play it multiple times. The next thing I will share with you is I don't share everything in videos, but I share the key components, so it will help you carve new neural pathways, that is, and you will understand that where I'm going is I'm continuing to expand my horizons, my education, my wisdom, and I will always pay it forward to help you out. And the third thing is the narcissist, the apex predator, like the Alien, like the Predator, like the Terminator, whatever those movies were. That's what your narcissist is. They're always recalibrating. They're like a cockroach that survived a nuclear holocaust. That's what the narcissist is. That's why they're going nowhere anytime soon. But what they will be doing is trying to use new techniques, tactics, and new behaviors to trap unsuspecting people. They should not be able to get to you, because once you have boundaries and you see it, you can't unsee it. That's why you're different than most people. I love you all, and I'll talk with you tomorrow. And remember this, For anyone interested in a one-on-one session with me directly, drop an email at narcdailyvideos@gmail.com. That's narcdailyvideos@gmail.com. And for anybody interested in public speaking events or having me show up at your public speaking and me engage with your audience of a larger audience, not an audience of 1 or 2, but an audience of 10 and upwards, drop an email at narcdailyvideos@gmail.com. This is the year of abundance. This is the year of authenticity. And this is the year you close the chapter of the book on the narcissist once and for all. Remember, they are recalibrating. They are changing and evolving. You need to stay ahead of them once you get the wisdom. I love you all. I'll talk to you tomorrow. Bye, everybody. Bye.